Okay. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, happy Sunday. And we are here, happy, from bright Ronkonkoma. Nobody knows what that is. Long Island, I was about to say California. Jesus Christ. We are here from lovely Ronkonkoma, Long Island, New York. Okay. And for those who don't know, that's Mark Magana, a.k.a. Spanish Poppy, the artist formerly known as Spanish Poppy.
What's up?
That's Alessa Russo, the one and only More of Less.
Hello, hello, hello.
And I'm the Sauce, a.k.a. Mike Edwards. And together, we're going to be bringing you Sauce, the Sunday Sauce. This is Sunday Sauce Podcast, and we are officially in action. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coming to you once a month on a given Sunday, any given Sunday. That's for us to know and for you to find out. And that's what we're going to do. So before we get started, how's everybody feeling today? Alessa, you look like you got something you want to say. Woo!
How am I feeling today? How am I feeling today? I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling annoyed. I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling fired the fuck up. I fucking hate men. I hate men.
Wow.
That's how I'm feeling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mark, let's just get out of here, bro.
We just gotta walk out right now.
Guys, I hate the men that I deal with.
Okay.
I hate men who think that they get over on me and that they make very obvious lies and think that I'm stupid enough to believe the lies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news here, okay? Alessa Russo is on a crusade against men.
I'm a man hater right now. I'm a man hater. And I hate that because I don't want to be a man hater, but right now I am.
Okay, well, welcome to Dr. Sauce. All right, let's talk about that. Before I ask my questions, Mark, you got any questions?
No, my question is to keep going. It's getting good.
So let's talk about that. We often talk about it as friends, the whole dating at 30 aspect, right? And so what I'm hearing right now, and we're obviously going to get all three of our opinions on this, but what I'm hearing right now is that dating is a little frustrating. Can you talk about that and why?
Dating is really frustrating because, first of all, it's just like so impossible to find somebody who is like keeping it 100% real and someone who wants to be serious, someone who is like not hung up on like somebody else or is like, you know, not over from their ex from like the 8th grade. So it's like,
shout out to them elementary school crushes, the junior high school crushes too.
What do you
know who you are.
What do you do? What do you do? There's just, you know, you go on a couple of dates, you think like things are going well, and then all of a sudden everything changes, right? And nothing happens. And you have no idea what happened.
Well, that was just about to be a question that I had. Is there a moment that you guys have noticed for the situations that it hasn't worked out? Has there been a theme as to when it's changed, or has it just changed out of nowhere? Because for me, I personally feel like there have been instances in my past, okay, because nobody has a perfect past now, okay? Y'all have come to know that. But anyways, I feel like there's been that common theme, and it's come from when I've been treated the way that I should be treated, that I noticed that theme happening in past occurrences. You get where I'm trying to go with it? Like, it's like a comparison almost, even though we shouldn't be comparing, you know, situation to situation. And I got treated a certain way. That showed me how I was getting treated in the first place. And it just like opened up. So I don't know. Like, is there a certain theme that you notice in terms of when it changes like that?
Theme of when I notice that it changes. I guess like after you have sex with somebody.
Mark, what about you? Mark looks speechless.
Well, it's just...
Don't be nervous.
No, I understand, Alessa, because, you know, I have a bunch of friends who are women. And when they talk about it, it's usually most of the time when guys turn. From what, like, the perfect guy or this guy who's showing gentleman-like behavior and really good. They have that first sex, and then it's like, okay, texts aren't as much, planning the dates aren't as much,
Flat out listening to you.
yeah, just the flat out listening. Just it's none of the phone calls, the anything. It just goes from 100 to 0 real quick.
I'm going to use a personal example of this from someone from my past who continues to resurface every few months. Okay, so for some reason, I have this like very turbulent history with this guy, and he exudes a bunch of red flags that I had noticed from very early on. Lies, goes missing, whatever, called him out for all of these things, and he didn't like that I called him out for all of these things. He told me, like, I don't want to date you. Okay. Because I'm crazy. I'm crazy because
I'm crazy. Quote unquote. Crazy.
Crazy, right? Every girl is crazy when they catch on to like what you're doing.
Drop my pen even hearing it.
So, fine. He didn't want to date me, but continued
to hit you up,
to call me, sleep with me, hang out with me, whatever, and then would drop off the planet for like a few weeks. And then, would resurface. And then, same thing would happen. And then, we have sex again. And then, it's just like, it was a pattern. Yes, it's my fault, right? Because I let it happen, right? I have to take accountability for my own actions. I do. I really, really do. I do.
That's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But now I, like a few months ago, I said, okay, if you don't want to date me, then we should just stay friends and that's it. And
friend zone get dangerous. They don't like that. They don't like the friend zone, Mark. Ooh, that friend zone. Ooh.
We should just stay friends and that's it. Okay.
We should just stay friends and that's it.
But like, do I really want to stay your friend? No, because were we ever friends? No.
We're friends that fucked.
We weren't friends that fucked. We just fucked. So when you think, and then when we had a plans to, see each other the following weekend, and I say, no, I don't want to go. Like, why are you surprised? Like, I don't want to be around you.
Or why are you upset?
Or why are you upset about it? Weird.
So
I'm not done.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep going.
Anyway, so now months have gone. Then months have gone by. We haven't spoken. Right? We had a horrible falling out, like a big blowout, where it was like, okay, don't speak to me anymore. Again, I played a role in this because I allowed this behavior to go on for so long, right? Now it's been 3 months. Okay. And I get a text. Oh, like, what are you doing? Let's hang out, whatever. Like, at this point in time, who's really crazy? Like, you're the one that keeps calling me crazy, but you still call me every few months. Why do you want to deal with the crazy person if I'm, I'm crazy, but you keep calling me? So then, okay, yeah, you want to hang out? You want to be my friend, right? Because like that's what I said that we wanted to do. Like that's what we were agreeing to, being friends. So we hang out and we're being friends, and then I'm rejecting you in the moment.
Lock at the rim.
When you're saying, "Oh yeah, why don't you sleep over tonight?" And literally, the more I rejected, the more he tried to pursue the kissing, the hugging, the, oh, you know, like maybe we should work things out, blah, 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 all this stuff. And you know what? I'm an idiot. And I slept with him. Do you think I've heard from that guy? No.
Probably not.
And then I got an excuse. Oh, I've just been like really busy with work.
Yeah, I mean, there's no accountability.
I've been really busy with work. That's why I haven't talked to you.
Mm.
I'm so stressed out with work.
Mm.
For a week. It's Saturday, Sunday. It's the weekend now. Where are you? You went out last night. Who were you with? Your girlfriend, probably, that you fucking cheated on. Right? Because, you know, it's been like a few months that I haven't seen you.
Yeah. That is narcissism in its purest form.
Exactly.
As well as a control tactic, because what's happening there, and again, this isn't even me taking my Dr. Sauce hat on or off, okay? This is just, you know, as my friend, you know what I'm saying, to my homegirl over here. What that very much is, right? And we are not here to promote anything over the other thing, whatever. But like what that in its purest form is a narcissist using the mind games as a control tactic to make you feel like the guilty one, even though they're the one that's perpetuating the behavior.
Right.
Because ultimately, when they keep you right here, that prevents you from recognizing your self-worth of it.
Yeah.
Right? Anything to add to that?
No, nothing to really add because of just how crazy it is. How, I don't know, guys and
Some girls.
some girls, because, you know, when you fall for someone to a certain degree, you like put some blinders on, right?
Yep.
And you just don't see anything else, and you see like what you want to see.
Yep.
Like,
You see the best in that person.
yeah, and you think that, okay, maybe this time he'll change, and or maybe this time they'll actually want to be with me because he's trying so hard.
Mm.
Right. And unfortunately, like, even though I know that, like, this person will never change, I do subconsciously, like, hold on to that hope. Like, oh, you know, maybe this time he's really, like, trying to work, like, trying to make a difference, like, trying to make it work.
It's because you see the...
Because I do see the good.
You see the bright spots in the good and what could be, right?
Correct.
The problem is you see that, but at what cost? What cost, right? Because if it's doing more harm to you, because, you know, when they're not texting back or when they're, you know, ghosting you or when they're just playing that game where they're hitting you up on their time versus not on your time, naturally it's going to leave you confused because you're only human. Emotion is human. Humans are emotional.
True.
So it's like when you've got that somebody, we've all got that somebody from our past where we might hate their guts. Okay, we might want to just hear their name like, but when they call you,
You go back. You go back to a certain place that you remember the good times.
Right.
You remember the good times that you were happy.
right,
That you wanted to be there.
right.
Right, but when I saw him, I wasn't even, like, happy to see him.
Now
I was
you're
still
disgusted,
angry.
and that's when it shows itself from the lens of needing to let go, because you're going to allow the good feelings to be so euphoric to where the poison pill that's right in front of you, you don't even recognize what it's doing to you.
It happens. But turning us, you said that you guys were gonna be friends, right?
Yeah.
Do you think? Well, do you think that guys and girls can be friends?
Yes. Because, but it depends on the situation.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, right. Because we're also getting into a point here. Can guys and girls be friends? But then the subset of that is, can guys and girls that have had they
relationship.
done had that thing go
Yeah.
on. Can they be friends also?
It depends. Like all of these things are very circumstantial. Like you guys are my friends, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There is no sexual relationship.
I can confirm.
Correct.
I can confirm. I'm smiling because
There's
I can
no
confirm.
sexual relationship between me
You know,
and
one of my
you
friends
or
asked
you.
me that. They were like, "Yo, why have you and Alessa not?"
I don't even-
Sister.
Time
It's
out.
not even
Time out.
something
It's not even a thought in our
that
mind.
comes in
Yeah.
my mind. Like
Mhm.
I don't even
Agreed.
think of you
I
as
just
like
gave her a
having a
bro
penis.
pound, y'all.
Like
Exactly. Whoa,
it's like-
whoa.
like
Slow down.
I know that you
Slow
do,
down.
but like that's not something that
Okay.
comes in my mind.
Yeah, okay. Amen.
It's like
Amen.
it's platonic. Like
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
totally
Yes.
platonic. Like
Agreed.
brotherly,
Stamping it.
brotherly
Bro to
love,
sis.
like
Gang.
friendship,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
You like my blood. Mhm.
Literally. And I believe that people can platonically, boy and girl, have friendships. And I have a lot of friends that are platonically boy and girl friendships.
Yep.
Do I believe you can be friends with an ex? Depends on the situation.
Damn.
Okay.
What a, well, you know,
Okay.
that was a suspense. We're gonna have to add some effects to that one. We're gonna have to add some effects to that one. Depends on the situation. Keep going.
You cannot be friends with somebody that has hurt you. You cannot be friends with somebody who has betrayed you, has
Lied to you.
lied to you, has like put you in a really dark place. You cannot. Because you're always going to hold on to that feeling deep down. Like, and in this situation, like, I can't be friends with this person because I always hold on to like those dark feelings.
Even if this person tried to say, let's say if they, and I don't know if they've said this, you could correct me if I'm wrong. If they try to say, "Oh, I don't want to be enemies, I just want to be friends," that's not even a thought for you because of what.
So he said to me, I don't want to be enemies, right? He's not my enemy,
But you can't be friends.
but we can't be friends. He's not my enemy. I don't know why he thinks we're enemies. Just because I don't want to, I don't know, like entertain his bullshit and like sleep with him casually and,
Yeah.
you know, like have him
We've
a
talked
part
about
of my.
this. You've got goals. You know what I'm saying? You know, you trying to be a whole wifey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you a wifey. You a centerpiece.
I don't want.
You ain't no side piece.
Right. I don't need somebody in my circle that like I used to
Sleep
with and, you know,
They devalued you in a sense.
literally like you used the shit out of me until like you found something better
Right,
or
until
you
it
know,
wasn't for the purpose no more.
yeah, until like you know, you didn't need me anymore.
Mm.
So why do I want you a part of my life and in my circle? You don't it like, you know, is this somebody that I can rely on? Is this someone that I'm going to call and be like, "Hey, like I need to talk to you right now." Like or hey, do you want to like come do this with me today? You're like, I don't need anybody who is not like a real friend to me
So
in my circle.
I 1,000% agree because, and I've had this conversation with both my female friends. I've had this conversation with my homeboys. I've had this conversation with myself mentally and internally. To your point, there are certain standards that friends, you know, keep in mind and ultimately respect from you if they're your friends, right? You know, whether it's personal, whether it's physical, whatever the case may be. And so friends don't cross those boundaries. They know not to cross those boundaries. If we're going to be acting like friends after we were romantic, okay, well, now we better act like friends. So now don't be rubbing up on me whenever you want to. Right? Or wherever the situation sort of unfolds, whether it's out or whether it's in the crib. I mean, I don't know why we would be in the crib alone if we're just friends, right? Okay, because that's not what friends do, especially if we used to get down like that.
Yeah.
For me, and Mark, I definitely know that you probably feel this same way. There have been instances where I feel like I tried to set those boundaries and still there was something that person, you know, that, you know, woman from my past, okay, I'm not even speaking like, you know, specific, I'm speaking general right now. But like certain women have still tried to push those boundaries in terms of getting what they wanted out of the situation. And obviously I see it from like your perspective and other, women's perspective, because I see it happen from men to y'all, right? I just feel like for me, to your point, it's very circumstantial, but there are certain boundaries that friends don't cross.
Right. Exactly. And like, it's like in this situation specifically, I have expressed many times, these are my feelings on the situation. It's either we date or we stay friends and whatever. And you continue to push, and you know that I'm going to cave into it. So if you respected me, you wouldn't push the boundary, but you don't respect me. So how can I be friends with somebody that doesn't respect me?
How can you be friends with somebody that doesn't?
Yeah, no, it's true. Especially like you said, there's certain boundaries that you don't cross, right? And like you said, it's a respect thing. Like if you respect you saying, "Oh, we're going to be friends," you don't go past this line.
Right.
And we drew this line in the sand for a reason.
Right.
Like we're trying to be something, and that's that.
If I said don't step on my Jordans, don't step on my Jordans. No, I'm joking.
Exactly.
But yeah. I mean, y'all get the whole example. So that actually brings a good subtopic. Okay, dating with intention versus doing it for the plot. Now, to bring some humor to this, okay. We talking all of this tough stuff about like, people that we've felt affectionate about and that we've liked. But we've also all done it for the plot, doing it for the plot from the sense of just doing it to make it happen. Just doing it for the storyline. Okay.
Course, yeah.
The plot.
The plot.
Okay. There's no story without plot. All right. You could do the intro, you could do a little hypothesis, you can do the outro, you can do an epilogue. Okay, but the plot, that's what makes the Sunday saucy. So I want y'all to tell me about one time that you just did it for the plot. And Mark, I'm going to start with you.
That I just did.
So one time that you was on a date or in a certain situation and you just did it for the plot.
Dude, all I can think of literally doing it for the plot is, I don't know, man. When I was in Colombia.
Ooh.
So
that's how it starts off. Okay.
So
there's a new page for this one. Hold on.
So I've told you, Alessa doesn't know, but so I lived in Colombia for 6 months. Because of certain situations. And so while I was out there, I used to go out a lot. Let's say.
Yeah, he's smiling.
And,
Colombia, hello.
Ooh, Colombia poppy.
So while we were out with my friend, we used to go to this girl's house who had her own apartment. And when we used to go there, sometimes we would for the plot, we used to bring a bunch of drinks, used to play I don't even know what the game is called. Basically a truth or dare with spin the bottle. Right? And yeah, we used to, I don't know, do some crazy dares, like
some crazy dares.
Like it's too much for podcast, but like that was my plot. Like just doing it for the plot was literally going to her house and doing spin the bottle truth or dare.
Doing some strange shit,
and no one would say no. Let's put it that way. You can...
Kind of spicy.
It is spicy.
I like that. And it's very vague to where it's not going to get you in trouble. I love it. Look at you. You as red as a cherry.
Yeah, because it was
as red as a cherry. We're going to talk about that offline. Right? But anyways, I want to hear about your...
My plot?
Mm-hmm.
When did I do it for the plot? I do everything for the plot, really. Mm-hmm. But the plot gets me in trouble sometimes. Mm-hmm.
That's what it's for, though.
That's true. What did I do for the plot? See, the thing is that I do things for the plot, but I'm such a lover girl, and then I fall in love, right? Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
like when I went to Vegas. And I was sitting next to this like really hot guy on an airplane, and there was literally, I was like, oh, right?
Oh.
Like usually I like when I see a guy that I like, it's like, oh, target, right? Like,
Yeah, target practice.
and I'm like, oh,
Get some
okay,
reps up.
I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna say.
Right.
And he just so happened to sit next to me on the plane, and I was on the window seat, always the window seat, and he was on the aisle seat, and there just so happened to be nobody in between us, of course, right? So I was like, all right, well, obviously gonna start a conversation, right? Because like he's hot, and I was going to Vegas, so I was like, oh, like, do you want me to keep the window open or should I shut it? And he was like, oh no, like it doesn't matter. Okay. So we started a conversation, and then like within 20 minutes we were drinking and boozing on the plane ride all the way to Vegas.
And going and doing a little.
No, we didn't make out or anything.
Okay.
But we were just like talking. We got so fucked up on the plane.
Nice.
And
It's a must.
literally had the best time, exchanged numbers. And then we ended up spending like the whole weekend together. I was on a bachelorette trip. He like spent the whole weekend with my bachelorette party.
Yeah, that's gangster.
And he was
Go
like,
ahead, flip your hair. Go ahead, flip the hair. Dang.
he was from Hoboken. He was my age. Like, I was like, oh my God, like the stars aligned here.
Yeah, the Staten Island accent is coming out when you tell that story. Like, amen.
Whatever. I don't care. I have an accent.
Hey, talk about it. Your shit.
And, you know, it was so much fun. I had a blast. And then I was like, oh, this is such a fun story to tell. And I was like, oh, nothing's going to come of this. You know, came home. And then the guy was texting me every day. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I think I fell in love. Like, I think we're going to date.
Did you get a little tired?
Did I get tired
Yeah.
of him?
Yeah.
No, I really liked him.
Oh,
But guess what?
what?
Then he started to blow me off when we got home. You know why? Because he had a girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the plot. That's actually like the plot of my life. That's always what happens.
Okay.
But it was a good time, and it was a
Yeah.
good story.
Woo. Okay. I don't think I can even go after that. I don't. I mean, I don't even know what to say. That's a fire plot, though. That's a fire plot. That's a fire plot. So let me ask you this, right? Has there been a point where you've done it for the plot, but then stopped doing it for the plot mid-plot? Like, what I'm basically getting at is like, you know, it was kind of like a vibe, but then it wasn't a vibe, and then like he tried to kiss you, or like, you know, you kissed him once and didn't feel it, and then like, you know what I'm saying? You just, next time it was like, no, like I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that happens.
Can't go through.
That happens to me like all the time.
Congratulations.
That happens to me like more than it doesn't, I would say. Like I get like, right, I fall in love like with like a handful of people, but then the others, I'm just like, ugh, right? Like for example, I went on a couple of dates with this guy. He really liked me. He was like, oh, I want to, you know, he was saying all the right things.
Give us an example.
Well, he was saying the right things at first.
Yo, come on.
He was saying the right things at first. And, you know, he was gassing me a lot, which I love. I love to have my ego stroked.
You're like, okay.
And he was taking me on really nice dates. And we, you know, we kissed a couple of times. He took me on like 2 or 3 dates.
You look uncomfortable getting ready to say what you're about to say.
I am. And then like one time, like, he texted me and he said something, like, so off-putting.
What'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he say?
And it was so annoying because I was fucking working and, like, I was so busy at work and, like, I didn't want to be bothered.
Did he say something?
And he said something so... He said something sexual, but it was, like, not sexy. You know what I mean?
Like, listen, yo, I'll put it on you right now type vibe.
He said... And I just want to let you know this was after, like, 2 dates. And we haven't had sex yet. And I wasn't really, like, that into it. Like, I was just like the date.
You were doing it for the plot.
I was doing it for the plot. And he said, I wish that I wish that I could be there to cook you dinner. Oh no, what did he say? He said, I wish that you could come home so I could cook you dinner and give you some D. Some good D. And I was like, ew.
Okay, time out.
I wish that I could be there for you to come home.
And cook you a good
Cook
meal.
you a good meal.
And give you
and
good
give
D.
you good D.
Like good dementia?
Yeah.
Good dimensions?
And
Good dinner?
I just want to how I handled the situation was I didn't answer.
Yeah,
I didn't answer the message.
Yeah. Why would you answer?
So I needed him to self-reflect on like what he said.
Mm.
And then he was like, was that a little much? And I was like, yeah, it was.
Okay, how long did it take for him to circle back?
Hours. Like a couple hours.
Did you leave him on red too?
I don't have my read receipts on,
Oh,
but
man.
I
But you sent the message like, yeah.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna happen.
He probably looked at it and was like, do I text her back? I'm not sure if I did wrong.
Yo, right. Yo, I don't. Yeah, you know,
Like-
because you know, there's certain instances where like you're a dude and you sent a message and you're like, damn, fuck. Wait, no, and then you try to talk yourself out of it. Oh, no, she didn't interpret it. Like, oh yeah, she did. Yeah, she did, bro. If you think that she had to interpret it that way, you know, and because it's one thing to like say something that doesn't land that's non-sexual. Okay, you could get over, like, you know, if you missed like listening to her for something or whatever, like, you know, one time, okay, yeah, my bad, I'll be better, I'll do a better job of reading what you said. But you said something not even from the same zip code. That's from the same, that's not even the same coast.
I mean,
He's not qualified to say that. He's not in the position to say that. You can't be taking star shots when you're not the star.
yeah, like we didn't have any, like nothing sexual.
Like he didn't
happened
spank it. Yeah, that's fact.
between us.
He didn't hit it.
Maybe if I was like more attracted to him, I would feel differently about the situation.
At that
Right?
point,
Like I wouldn't have had the
right,
ick like that.
At that point, yeah, you would have looked at it as half full as versus half empty.
I couldn't go on. The plot had to end.
Oh, so
The plot ended there.
So, another question then. Let's say if you've gone on like 2 to 3 dates with a girl and she still hasn't kissed you, has the plot started?
Well, I've never been on a date with a girl.
Touche.
Okay, let's start with Mark then. Let's start with Mark.
Touche.
We're going to come back to this one because she's got a mouth today. All right, she has got stuff to say. But Mark, okay. And I'm not speaking about anything generically. I'm just speaking about specific not specific situations, but certain situations that men ultimately find themselves in, right? You got a little shorty that you're trying to take out, right? We could speak to dozens of examples of that, not from us, but okay, from other, brothers and, brothers, whatever. If she doesn't kiss you for the first 2 or 3 dates, what does that mean?
That means that's your fucking friend.
It's true though. It's hard, right? Like especially
Like
in
Mark's the calming nature.
well,
Like, we're just demonic, like
Stirring up mad stuff, stirring it up, Sunday sauce. And Mark is just, guys, turn that down to me.
no,
Please,
you have
turn it
to.
down.
It's emotional, right? No matter what we're talking about, it's still emotional.
Mhm.
Like we all have.
For who?
but like no, but like the 2 or 3 dates, it's especially in our age, like I feel like once you go on the second date, you know if you actually have interest in that person or not. So you want to test drive it, right? Like you want to test drive and see how they kiss, to see if there's chemistry, to see if you have a connection. Because if not, how are you going to know if you want to keep going? Like,
To each their own. However, if I'm not kissing you the first time that you take me out, I'm not attracted to you, and
So that's not even a conceal it to the vest sort of thing. Like that's not that's not a protection mechanism for you. Like if you in the first date, if you haven't kissed them, then it's over. Right? Don't even think about it.
yeah, then you're my friend.
Mm.
Yeah, that's my friend.
Now, do most girls think that way?
I would say probably. I mean, that's weird. I mean, I speak for myself. I'm my own person, but like, I need like intense like physical chemistry, and if I don't feel that spark on the initial first to second date, a wrap for you.
I'm telling you, as a guy, like, go ahead.
no, I agree, because a lot
And
of girls.
a kiss. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting, but
Yeah.
a kiss.
Yeah, it's just a kiss. Nothing. Well, especially like a lot of girls, I've talked to, like, I feel like first, like you say, the first date, like you already know and you want to kiss. I do agree there, because there was a situation in my past that I went out with a girl older than me, and we went out to this is when I used to just date more regularly, just to practice dating, I guess would be a thing. But I like to be a gentleman, and I used to not kiss on the first date in any way, shape, or form, just because I don't know, I had a thing about not kissing on the first date.
It was like a boundary for you.
Yeah, like
right.
I just never kissed on the first date. Even like if the girl tried, like I would stop it, because I don't know. There was always a thing about me not kissing on the first date.
As you got older.
But so after going on the date with this girl, I took her home, very gentlemanlike, and then I came home. Accidentally, she texted me in Spanish, because she was trying to text one of her friends.
Oh boy.
El pollito no me besó.
That
So
sounds terrible.
the little chick didn't kiss me. So yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, I have to agree.
yeah.
right.
And I was over here. I was over here thinking,
Again in Spanish, please.
El pollito no me besó. So she was saying, like,
I want to start saying that.
yeah, the young guy didn't kiss me, like, because she was older than me, so she was like this probably this kid didn't even know that.
Did you
to kiss me.
Did you go in for the kill afterwards?
No,
Or
because
was it the second time?
no, there was no second time. Like she was done after that.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It happened.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you from personal experience. All right. I wouldn't necessarily, like, I'm never the type to pressure the situation. Okay, I respond to what the defense is laying out, right? So I'm a point guard. You get what I'm saying? So if it's, if I need to be a little aggressive, okay, and show and make my mark and score, okay, I'm gonna score. But if I need to be more of a facilitator and just let the game come to me, then that's what I'm gonna do, right? I'll tell you, there's been a couple of times, right? There was one time, okay, like, we was right here, and like, she stopped it. Then the next time, I got it. I'm saying I got it. You feel me? Like,
Okay.
she was like, because I was like, I went right here, and she's like, just not yet. Not yet. This was the first time. This was not the third.
So are you talking about a date, or are you just talking about an interaction?
Okay. That was an interaction the first
Different.
time.
It's different.
Right. And then we went out on a date.
True.
Right.
And whatever happened, happened.
Right.
Right. But there have been other instances reflecting, right, where it didn't happen for the first few times. And that was symbolic. Okay, we're just going to be friends. You know what I'm saying? Only one time can I actually speak to where the first few times, you know, for a very long time, it didn't happen. And then we ended up getting like semi-romantic, like down the line. But otherwise, I agree with what you're saying. Like, women are going to make their intentions known off the rip. And that story signifies it. Okay? Because any woman that wants it to be known that she wants you to put it on, she gonna make it known. With regard to whatever that means, okay? Kissing, bedroom stuff. Oh, Ricky Bonilla. What the hell?
He's calling me right now.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Ricky is dialing in. He's trying to dial into the
Speaking
podcast.
of the friend zone.
Okay. So, we've talked about a lot today. I'm going to end with a fact of the day. Okay, wait.
I really want to stay on this topic of being friend zoned.
Okay, well, let's stay on the topic then.
I want to talk about how girls get friend zoned too. But
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a deluxe episode for our first episode. You are ready for this? Let's do it.
girls
Talk
get friend zoned, but the guy will still fuck you.
Okay, let's time out. Yes, but no. Also,
Yeah.
yes, but kind of no. Also, I mean, yeah, you kind of right. I mean, okay. So listen, I will approach this from a non-biased male. Yes, it does happen. Okay, because ultimately, I think the one thing though, guys are more intentional, if not sometimes disrespectful in making it known versus girls.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Because listen, somebody like me, like, I'll try to be as honest up front with you about like what it is that I'm looking for. And if I, you know, because of my past, I might not communicate that the right way, but it's going to get the point across, right? And I'm going to make sure that I double back and like ensure that I genuinely care about you regardless. But there's some out there, without even saying it, they make their actions known. And it goes back to what we was talking about earlier, you know, with the situation,
Yeah.
right? You know, the thing about it is, I feel like, you know, women tend to be deferential and feminine and like sort of not submissive, but more, you know, lenient
Yeah.
with guys with whom they want to make it work versus that guy telling them with every action that they take, this is not going to be more than what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying that that's all women's fault. I'm just saying that that's a reality of like what happens. Right?
Okay. Valid.
Yeah.
So what's your fact of the day?
Okay. My fact of the day is actually in honor of International Women's Month.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice.
We have a fact from CBS News, and I saw this on Instagram the other day. Single women own, on average, or not really on average, single women as of 2024 own over 2 million more homes than single men in America, right? And I'm going to actually bring up the post that shows the states in which this occurs. So
I can believe that.
I was on Instagram. I swear to God, I saw this today, right? And let's see if we can bring up the stat. Yep, there it is. Single women now own 2.71 million more homes than single men. The top states are Delaware, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Louisiana, North Carolina, Florida, Alabama, New York, number 9, and Virginia. So,
Wait, New York's in there?
New York is in the top 10 of single women now owning more homes than single men.
Oh, so you can be single and own a house? There's no way.
Oh, wow. Stop the presses. Stop the presses, even though it's expensive out here. So, with that being said, what is your guys' thoughts to that fact of the day?
Well, I believe it because I feel like women in general are usually like very single-minded and focused, while us guys, let's say we go out and kind of spend our money on random things when we shouldn't. Touche.
Okay, so with that being said, we have concluded our first ever episode. We will be coming to you throughout the spring and the summer. You guys got anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good.
She just got a lot out, y'all.
I feel better.
Hey, amen. All right.
I want you to take me shoe shopping. I need some new shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna work on that for next episode because he needs to be, as saucy as we are. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, agreed.
He's still a snuggly individual. We love him. All right, right as a cherry. That being said, Sunday sauce out. Thank you. Good.